A very good afternoon, very good evening to one and all. On behalf of Genetics Club and Graduate School IRI, I extend a warm welcome to the Teachers' Day Lecture 2025. Every year on the 5th September, India celebrates Teachers' Day to honor the birth anniversary of Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, one of the country's most distinguished scholar, philosopher and its second president. This National Day is not only a tribute to Dr. Radhakrishnan's legacy, but also an occasion to celebrate the unwavering dedication and contributions of teachers in shaping the nation's future. Let us start the function with the blessings of Saraswati Ma. I request the student choir to recite the Saraswati Vandana. Thank you. Teachers' Day is a special occasion to celebrate the contributions of teachers and mentors in our life. It is true that without our teachers, we would not be where we are today, and our teachers deserve to know that we value them. As quoted by Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, the true teachers are those who help us to think for ourselves. With this thought, we proceed by lighting the lamp and paying tributes to Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan. On behalf of Graduate School IRI and Genetics Club, I humbly request our respected Director, IRI, Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao sir, to welcome Professor Ramesh Chand sir to this event with a bouquet of flowers. I again request our respected Director sir to welcome Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir to this event with a floral bouquet. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Graduate School IRI and Genetics Club, I request Dr. Anupama Singh ma'am, Joint Director Education and Dean IRI, to welcome our beloved Director, Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao sir, to this event with a bouquet of flowers. Now I humbly request Dr. H.K. Dikshit sir, Professor Genetics Division and President Genetics Club, to welcome our beloved Dean, Dr. Anupama Singh ma'am, to this event with a bouquet of flowers. Now I kindly welcome Dr. Anupama Singh ma'am, Joint Director Education and Dean IRI, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Thank you very much. Warm Teachers' Day greetings to one and all, and congratulations IRI. Esteemed Chair of prestigious Teachers' Day program, Professor Ramesh Chand ji, Member Niti Aayog, New Delhi. Distinguished Speaker of today's IRI Teachers' Day Lecture 2025, Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji, the Chairperson ASRB, New Delhi. Honorable Director and Vice Chancellor, Dr. C.S. Srinivas Rao ji. Joint Director Research, Dr. C. Vishwanathan. Joint Director Extension, Dr. R.N. Padaria ji. Project Director WTC, Dr. P.S. Brahmanand. Worthy dignitaries and alumni present in the auditorium and online. All invited guests, dear HODs and professors, our JD Administration and Senior Registrar Shri P.K. Jain ji. Dear faculty and loving students of the Graduate School IRI. It's a humble privilege to welcome you all on this prestigious occasion of IRI Teachers' Day Celebration 2025. I hope all of you will agree with my thought on the word teacher. Word teacher is an honor. A person who possesses knowledge and is worthy enough to give to the one who does not either possess or has lesser of it. To me, that is a teacher. Right from first day, mother is teacher, father becomes teacher eventually, siblings are also teachers, and then moving on the steps of formal learning to become capable persons to give back eventually to the society what we have learned through, institutional teachers take the role. They mold learners' minds, nurture one's dreams, and shape our futures with their wisdom and care, and therefore we have gathered here to pay respect to those who enlighten us formally and informally, giving meaning to our life and eliminate the darkness of ignorance and non-learning. Whatever we are today, it's all because of our guides or teachers or mentors. Teachers' Day is celebrated on 5th of September every year since 1962 on the birthday of Honorable former President of India, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan ji, who was an outstanding educationist, and he got educated at that time when formal education did not get any importance. However, since all of you know that 5th September this year is a gazetted holiday, so therefore, as desired by our director IRI and very kindly agreed upon by the chairperson and the speaker of the day, this day is being celebrated today. Dr. Radhakrishnan ji was a renowned scholar and recipient of Bharat Ratna, first Vice President and second President of India. He firmly believed that education has the paramount importance for growth and development of the country. Dr. Radhakrishnan ji was also of firm opinion that for a good education system, there is a need of dedicated and committed teachers. He himself was an inspiring educationist, prolific writer, philosopher, and above all, a great teacher. Therefore, this birthday of him on 5th September is marked as Teachers' Day at country level. While we are reiterating our pledge on this very important occasion to raise the standards of our education system under the new era of the education entire system of the ecosystem of the country in view of NEP 2020, to a level that ensures safety, security, and equitable quality education to each citizen, it's a day of twin blessing and celebration today. IRI inherently has a value system and a structure of mentor and mentee to a level which people say that, IRI has to be made a world-class institution. I say we are already a world-class institution. It's only a branding. It's only a projection that is needed. And what more applause we could get to this spirit than that to be ranked by NIRF released by Ministry of Education, IRI has today got several honors. And that too, when there was a participation of around 14,000 institutions across the country participated as against around 7,000 last year. We got rank 1 in agriculture and allied category. We got first time after a gap of, I would say first time, because under the new system that NIRF has evolved over past 8 years, we got rank 24 in the overall category this time. Otherwise, since past 8 years, we were not able to qualify because of the stringent eligibility criteria to even be considered for that very purpose. So we have got 24 ranking as against, of course, they are also doing well. Other institutions of the NARIS system, the state agricultural universities who were there in the overall category, PAU is 81 and SQUAST Kashmir is 88. And then there is one more institution, TNAU is 84. My point of giving them their rank of, mentioning the rank of these institutions is that they had been getting, but we were not cutting across, but because of the vision of our policy makers, we were able to cut through, and this year we have got that. Another thing, because we are a research intensive organization, Last year, we applied for the research category and we got 37 rank last year. This year, we have moved up 8 ranks and this year you are 29. And you know, with the support of all of you, every one of you, particularly the students who are the real support for the research ecosystem in IRI. That day is not far when we will be rank 1, beating even IIT Madras. But we all have to make a pledge and also move forward for that. Another category in which we have got this year is, that's most exciting, particularly, sir, for the team of all scientists who were involved in that manner, is a new category that NIR, Ministry of Education announced, that is the Sustainable Development Goals category. We got rank 2, just next to IIT Madras. And I am sure, I won't say that why could not we get 1, but yes, we get 2 out of the all who had applied, and let's pledge that next year and then forever, we should get 1 in the STG category. With all this, I welcome you all to this very, very important, your own event of the mentor-mentee, and let's enjoy and further proceedings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for the inspiring words. Now I humbly invite Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao, sir, to introduce the chairperson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and it's a great day of teachers' celebrations. And as said, that the purpose why we are celebrating Teachers' Day on the name of Sarvepalli ji, he suggested that it should not be a personal celebration; it should be on the teacher's celebration, because he believes teaching is a very holy profession, very holy profession. So, in fact. Teacher, in fact, he nurtures us and he inspires us and he motivates. In fact, sometimes we don't see the path which teachers see in our case. In fact, teachers' contribution is a great. In fact, I tell you, sir, I was studying in the temple veranda in small remote village where there was no bus, no school also. In 10th class, we were not having any school building, and a few rooms were constructed. So in the 10th class, we were going for first 8-9 months only to play, because we got some playing items. Only a Mahanubhav, a teacher, a great person arrived in the 9th or 10th. His name is Narra Babu Rauji. Day and night were behind us, and in fact, we used to spend most of the time, and we used to cook for him. We used to wash his dishes, everything. But out of 23 of my batchmates, 22 were first class, 2 were second class, I was the first class, all were passed. So because of that great person, perhaps I am in IRI today, otherwise I would have been somewhere else. So that is the motivation where teacher can bring out of nothing to sky level. He can. That is the role of teachers. Today, there are 2 mentors here, motivators and great teachers, role models, Professor Ramesh Chinji and also Sanjay Kumar ji. Really a great honor, sir, both of you to be here and kindly agreed for this function. I will not, because I am supposed to introduce Professor Ramesh Chinji. He suggested, because at 5:30, 5:45 he has to attend another important ministers' meeting. But nevertheless, I will tell, several credentials are there. He is a great person of alumni, our own IRI alumni. A great IRI alumni has reached the think tank institute of think tank organization of government of India, the country. It is a great inspiration for all of us. And he is also associated not only Niti Aayog, he is a finance commission and many international organizations. A thinker, he believes in thinking, in innovation, and continues to inspire all of us. He is a great mentor to IRI and all of you, and particularly me. Thank you, sir, both of you, Honorable Chairman, for today's function, and also Honorable Speaker, ASRB Chairman Sanjay Kumar ji. Dr. Anupama has told, in fact, we were expecting only agriculture rankings, sir, today. We were really, first time SDG was innovated. We worked hard. In fact, sir, still we don't know how to present the data. Despite of our arts, we could get SDG because there are 10 SDGs are related to agriculture. More than agriculture sector, more than IRI, nobody should get in a sustainable development goal. But data and filling, art of filling is very, very important. So, but nevertheless, in fact, when we thrilled to see IRI is in at number 2 in sustainable development rank, really it was very, very happy. Another important, Dr. Anupama suggested, sir, many IITs are behind IRI in overall ranking. In overall top 100 institutes, there, last year we were around 38 or 39. Again, we moved up to 24. I think let us do in presence of Honorable Chairman Ramesh Sensab, Honorable Chairman ASRB, and we too take pledge. In fact, you are the great teacher, great researcher, great extension, great policy, great trainer. So let us take pledge, and we will work very hard in the interest of farmers, small farmers of India, because they need your services and they are looking for your services. Best wishes. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your
Everyone in this room on this very, very important day, that is Teachers' Day. We have, I think, best suited person to deliver lecture on Teachers' Day. Many of you know Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji, particularly the teacher and scientist at IRI. At some stage, some of you might have crossed his table. So he's occupying that position from where he's playing important role in shaping career of people working in this great ICR system. Friends, Dr. Sanjay Kumar is one of us, as he is Masters from G.V. Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, and of course PhD from Indian Agriculture Research Institute, this institute. You know that most of the students after doing PhD from IRI would not think of going to, if they want to make science career, would not think of going to institute outside NAR. They will either go to Agriculture University or through ARS and ICR. But I think Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji is an exception who joined CSIR. I think that is first sign of a great teacher, that you do not follow beaten path. You create new path. You create example for future generation. So when I read that he started his career in 1990, his first posting, so really I was impressed that though he was an agriculture person, but he decided to do agriculture in CSIR. It's not that in CSIR he was doing the science of Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. So if you look at his work, all the research, you just find that it was focused entirely on agriculture, biological resources, and those kind of things. Another thing which impressed me about Dr. Sanjay Kumar is that once he joined CSIR, he remained there. So this shows how much satisfied he might have been with his working. Otherwise, I know people, they don't complete even 6 months in one institute, then they start approaching you. Please, now I want to move from this institute to that institute, this system to that system, just for sake of movement. But again, I would say that second great sign of satisfaction and sincerity to the organization where he joined, that he spent his entire life, his entire career, just in one institute and in one system. So even within system, he remained in one institute at Palampur, that CSIR Institute of Himalayan Bioresources Technology, as scientist, which he started in 1990, and superannuated as director of the same institute in 2023. So sweet 33 years of his career he gave only to one institute. This is how, as a teacher, you can acquire authority on any subject. If you keep shifting, again, you find that it impact in a different way. But if you serve with devotion at one place, then you will find that your achievement will also be very unique, that you don't look left or right, south or north. You just focus. You just remain on that particular purpose for which you are there. And we all know that his second posting is only as a chairman of ASRB after his retirements. If we look at the research accomplishment, research achievement of Dr. Sanjay ji, they are many. I would say difficult to list, and they are continuing. Even now he has not stopped. I hope it is not private, Dr. Sanjay, if I share with them that even now he has prepared a manuscript with another very famous scientist of India, Arun Tiwari ji, and they shared their manuscript with me just last week, that even now, otherwise people start this feeling, now I am chairman of ASRB, I am appointing DDG and all those kind of things. So what is the need for me now to write something on new area, bioresources, molecular biology, and all those kind of things? But he has really proved. We used to say once a teacher, always a teacher, so he is proving once a scientist, always a scientist. So that science is going with him, even though now he's in a different hat. He was also postdoctorate at a very reputed institute in the world. Again, I think you need to see his CV, that how he got so many recognition, how he got fellowship to work at world famous institutes. But I think even if it look formal, I should read some of the recognitions of Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji. He is fellow of INSA, he is fellow of NASI, he is fellow of NAS, Crop Improvement Society of India, CHAI Honored Fellow Award 2024 by the Confederation of Horticulture Association of India. He was also vested with prestigious Vasvik Industrial Award, INSA Young Scientist Award, Certificate of Merit in CSIR Leadership Program, Ultra International Team Award, Lifetime Achievement Award by so many areas. So a list is really indeed very long. But I feel what make him best suited to speak today is the fact that he guided 29 MSc students and PhD students. So as a teacher, I think he has the best credential. As a researcher, he is among the people who have top kind of achievement. So Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji, we all look forward to your stimulating lecture on Teachers' Day, and thank you for coming and accepting invitation from the Institute on Teachers' Day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time to listen to the highlight of the event, Teachers' Day lecture. I humbly invite Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir to deliver the lecture and enlighten us with your thoughts.
This is the next one. This is the producer.
Very good afternoon to you all. What else one could achieve rather than getting good words from no other than Dr. Ramesh Chandji, my great senior from IRI, and we always used to look him for any suggestion and advice. And when he is speaking for you on this day, sir, so grateful to you, sir. Happy to see that Dr. Rao is here, who is again alumni from IRI. Dr. Anupma Singh ji is here. Dr. Dikshit is here. And in the hall we can see several, all luminaries. Dr. Sindhu is here. Dr. Sadamate Saab is here. Dr. Vishwanathan, my lab mate, he is here. Dr. Brahmdit is here. Madan Pal ji is here. And all teachers and the future to be teachers, and maybe they are teacher in some sense, they all are here. First of all, my heartiest congratulations for NIRF ranking. But more than that, sir, I feel, although SDG, Dr. Rao is telling number 2, but when the technologies of IRI is feeding the whole nation, when we are exporting and earning dollars, I think these rankings, I think they become pale before the contribution which IRI has done in the past and that it will continue to do in the future. So when we listen that 80,000 people were being fed when it was COVID, I was sitting in Palampur and I used to say that I am so proud that most of the contribution is from the leaders, from the institution of ICAR, including IRI, which has played a prominent role. So I always used to feel, my heart used to fill with pride when I used to listen all those things. When you used to listen that your farmers are doing so well, although all sorts of things might be there, but the fact is that today India is self-sufficient in food. I think it's only because of the contribution of you all are who are sitting in this hall and your predecessors who have contributed so well. So when Dr. Rao said me that I should select the topic of the talk, I initially gave him that live where the sparks fly. But I thought that, it is becoming too static. You are just living where the spark is flying. So I thought that on Teachers' Day, I should add some underline as a gift on the Teachers' Day. And I said that it should be then, I should add that chase your dreams and reach the sky. Otherwise, live where the sparks fly is too static a topic, that's what I feel. So then I also felt that why it is relevant to IRI, this particular topic. And relevance comes from the very fact that we all are fortunate that we took our birth in this beautiful place known as Bharatvarsh. And in the name itself, Bharat says that it's the civilization devoted to knowledge, because Bha is knowledge. Bhaskar, you must have listened that word. And Ramana, engaged in, and you are devoted to that. And once you have example like Aryabhat or Abdul Kalam ji, you know that the name Bharat is justified. And when I see at IRI, I feel that IRI is the Bharat in action, because India is an agriculture country and IRI is the epitome of agriculture wisdom. So I thought that if you say you are living in a place where sparks are flying, I think it is totally justified. More so when you have leaders like Dr. Swaminathan Saab, who has given so much to the country. And sir, I must share with you, when I was a student here, once Dr. Swaminathan Saab was to deliver a lecture. And my teacher, Dr. S.K. Sinha, he told me that, Sanjay, you leave the lab and you go and listen Dr. Swaminathan Saab is telling. And you should understand what agriculture needs from the scientists like you. We used to work in the lab. And there for the first time, sir, I listened the word food security. At that time, I tell you very frankly, I never understood what is this word known as food security. But he told that food security is so important for our nation. And he used to narrate sometimes the stories of, ship to mouth and all that. And then we realized, if we had to do anything in life, food security should be somewhere near to our heart. That was the day, sir, I remember it was somewhere in 87 or so when he had delivered that lecture in our BP hall. Second, he said that we should try to be dependent on homegrown stuff. Something that meaning he had said, and it always remained in my heart even today. So therefore I thought that, what the quality of our teachers had been in the past who gave us such a nice education. And through Dr. Swaminathan, I would like to pay today the tribute to all my teachers, like Dr. Sinha was my teacher, he was my guide. My Dr. Sirohi used to be our head of the department. In the class he asked me one, not to me, but to general in the class, he asked one question, do you know how earth revolves and how does it affect the flowering behavior of the plants? And you believe it or not, whole class was bowled out, nobody knew how it happens. On that day we realized that we need to read geography as well. So that used to be the quality of teachers who made you to read what you don't know. They will tell you what are your deficiencies. Right now we were coming together with Dr. Rameshanji, and he told me one very interesting thing. I will always keep it, sir, with my heart. He said that we can speak anything in our presentation, but real things, what you don't know, comes when the audience interact with you and they ask you the question. Then you know what are your gap areas which you need to take care. So I always remember it, sir. So that is the quality of teacher, just 2 interactions and it just changes your life. An institution like IRI, I always feel, I'll give you 2 examples before I move forward, that these institutions are not just to come here and mug up, but they make you to learn how you have to think. And when I say that learning how to think, I don't get a better example than what Ramanujam used to think, that great mathematician. I don't know whether you know or not, he never had any friends. And people asked him, why don't you have the friends? He said, I want that friend should be like number 220 and 284. And I never get such people. And people said, what is this 220 and 284? He said, okay, I'll tell you the reason. He said, you first tell me how 220 number can be divided. Can you identify the divisors of 225? So he listed, few numbers by which 220 can be divided. Then he said, now you also tell me by which 284 number can be divided. So he listed all the numbers by which 284 will be divided. Then he said, now you remove the last word, 220 and 284, and rather than comma, you add all the words, all the divisor. So what happens is, if you add all the divisors in 220, you get 284. And if you add all the divisor of 284, you get 220. And he said that should be the definition of the friend. That ideal friendship should be, they should complement each other. Even when one is absent, other should replace and represent the friend. And he said, since I never have such people, I could not make my friends. And I think that is the way we have to learn to think, that like Ramanujam. An institution like IRI make you to think that way. That's my first feeling. Second, I'll give you another example, and I feel here students should always take examples. I'll tell you the message later. There was a scientist known as Danzig, and he was doing his PhD. And one day, as usual, sometimes it used to happen with us also, this boy reached little late in the class, around 10 minutes late. And by the time he came to the class, he saw that some problems were written on the board. So he thought that my professor has told everything, now I need to solve it. So he copied it, and he thought that while after going home, he will solve those problems. And he took around 1 month or so to solve those problems. He went and deposited the copy to the teacher. And this teacher, he was Neyman. One day, he submitted the copy. After 3-4 days, teacher comes to his room in the morning, knocks his door, And now this boy was scared that, I made some mistake. But then the teacher said, hey man, you solved this problem of statistics, which were unsolvable till now for last so many years, and you did something wonderful. And then he says, how I solved those? Because I did not know that I cannot do it. Remember, if you don't know that you cannot solve it, then you will achieve what is unachievable till now. And I think moment we all remember this in our life, you can see you will achieve much beyond than what you can always achieve. Only mistake we do, अरे हमको तो ये पता नहीं है, हम इसको क्या करेंगे, छोड़ देते हैं, अगला आदमी करेगा, एंड अगला आदमी कभी नहीं आता. आपको ये एहसास होना ही नहीं चाहिए कि आप ये काम नहीं कर सकते, आपको ये पता नहीं होना चाहिए. So sometimes they say ignorance is bliss, and I think that is that example. So always remember, and I always feel that, such approach should be there in our life, and that is the job of the teacher. Now little bit I come to the agriculture. We all feel pride, when we see these figures that since 1950s, how much enhancement in our productivity we have achieved. Well, we all are. I am not going to read these values. You all are expert in this area. And it shows everything what is needed from a scientist, whether it is patience, persistence, belief, or innovation, no imitation, all those things are represented here. When I try to see that if we all are food secure people, are we still dependent on import or not? That one question I thought, in 2015, when I took over as a director, I thought that let me ask this question to myself. I asked my scientists that why don't we make a list on all imported items? And to our surprise, when we were reviewing all our paper, we realized one crop known as hing, which we use every day in our food, which Ministry of Commerce says that it is grown in Punjab. You will be surprised, sir. Ministry of Commerce says that it is grown and cultivated in Punjab. We realize all hing comes from Afghanistan, Uzbekistan, Iran, and all those countries. Around 1,500 tons of hing, 1,000 crores. And then we realized that we are food secure, but there are certain areas where we need attention. Hing was our first thing, sir. 2015, we started and made effort to acquire hing in this country, and now I started interacting with NBPGR, because to get anything in the country, you need to take the help of NBPGR. And sir, I should salute their effort. They helped us without any query, without any question, and I think that is worth appreciating and putting it on records. And as a result, after 25,000, we wrote 25,000 letters and messages, not one or two, and it took us 3 years before one person agreed to give us 100 grams of seeds. And that was the persistence which I had learned with my teacher, that you need to have patience. 3 years it took us, but then there were several problems. I'll not go into the problems, but it took us another 2 years before we could do the first plantation of hing on 15th October. That was the birth anniversary of late Abdul Kalam ji. 2020, it was a peak COVID time. And the excitement? Sir, after plantation, we were coming back home from after plantation. My driver knew that I tried to listen the news, so at 8 o'clock he said, sir, let us open the radio. As we opened the radio, the first news came, हिंदुस्तान में, भारत में आज पहली बार हींग के पौधे का आज प्रत्यारोपण किया गया. And then he said, is it our news? We were all surprised. We did not know that it is our news. It was coming from radio. We confirmed that it was our news. I shared with my DG. My DG tweeted, Dr. Mande Saab was our DG. Immediately he called me. He said, ki, Madam Smriti Irani is asking, is this news correct that India never grew hing? He confirmed with Dr. Trilochan Mahapatra, and it seems that that news was correct. And then you can't believe that from that day onwards, next 6 months, whether it was BBC, whether it was UK, USA, everywhere this news came that India never grew hing and it consumed the largest amount of hing in this world. And when, then Honorable Prime Minister also mentioned in CSR GB meeting that I think CSR should work somewhere on this direction. And this year we realized that it started flowering, suggesting that whatever we did 5 years back, it was successful. So this was our one major achievement, I would say, sir, from the agriculture side. And after that, then we realized, even saffron we are importing in our country. We are around 90 tons of saffron we are importing. Cinnamon, which is the home, Kerala is the home, center of origin, and we are importing cinnamon in this country. And that too a cinnamon which is rich in coumarin, not good for our liver and kidneys, right? Whatever that we are consuming, most of it is dangerous. So we started cinnamon project. Apple, you must see, 100 years back we introduced apple in this country. But even today we are importing. So we started working on apple in Northeast. And like that, we identified a series of crops. But I'll give you, sir, one more success stories of that. What happened is when we went to Srinagar to see the tulip garden. And I asked them, they told me that all the tulips are coming from Netherlands. So we want to see the beauty of Netherlands giving all the money to those people in India. And it pained us. I said, what is so strange about this tulip that India cannot grow it? So we developed total agro technologies of tulip and we established, it took us 4 years, and we established the first tulip garden using the bulb produced made in India. And after that, that was a 28th February 2022. For the first time it happened. Then once our news went out, at that time Saxena ji, at that time, sir, he was about to take over as LG. He was chairman of the Khadi KVIC in Delhi. So he called me. He said that why can't, in NDMC we are importing all the bulbs. Why can't you guys supply us the bulb of tulip? So we signed an agreement. And then we also said, if we have mastered this tulip cultivation, we should also develop technologies so that we can have tulip throughout the year. So we developed hydroponics and other technologies. And now you see the advantage. On 22nd January 2024, when Ram Pratishtha was to take place, all the tulips which were offered, they were all made in India. And it made a news headline. I can't believe it, sir. It made a new news headline that all tulips offered during this period was made in India. Second, now this year you must have noticed that they published in Hindustan Times that several bulbs of tulip in Delhi, they came from Palampur, from our farmers. So here point is that if you develop technologies, give it to the farmers, that always helps. And that teaching, what I learned while I was at IRI. I think this credit goes to all my teachers there. Then one of the teaching I always received, that science, they said that is highly social. And you need to connect with community and serve their needs. Unless you take up this pledge, I think nobody will respect us. That was another our feeling. So I used to go to Gram Panchayat, I used to talk to the farmers, to the Gram Panch, and they used to tell me that all the monkeys come, all the wild boars come, they come and destroy our crops. What options you can offer? Then we thought that aromatic crops, there are certain crops which is not destroyed by monkey, which is not eaten by boars. I said, why can't we give them this technology? And also we said we have to give end-to-end, like we don't only give them the crops, but also process it. Oil extraction, storage, taking it to the market, everything we did it. So we did through value chain approach. And as a result, within 2 years, Himachal became the biggest producer of Tagetes oil, which otherwise we were importing from South Africa. And that was our major achievement. Around 8 tons oil, within just in 2 years' time, we could achieve it. And farmers who were not getting any amount of money from their field, suddenly they started getting money. So it was such a positive feel we all had. Another story I'll tell you. You all wonder You know, in cold desert areas, in toiletries, we can't believe they don't have water. So they store all their fecal material in their houses. Their house is full of foul smell. And we said, what can we do? So I called my microbiologist. I said, man, rather than doing microbial count in glaciers, let us try to have microbes which can destroy, which can function at minus temperatures and convert this fecal material into manures. And also add some additives so that foul smell is not there. Now we developed that consortium, but how to apply? So with one of our sister lab, we developed the proper toilets, and now we installed in the cold desert areas. It became a very successful model. See, advantage was you have a startup who are developing that microbe, you have a company who is developing these toilets, right? So two-way advantage. Then Army learnt about it. They took this technology from us. In fact, they used to put their Havaldar into our institute, take away all the microbial consortium. So we had a very good connect with the Army also, right? And it gives you so much satisfaction. When your society is happy, your army is happy, coming to your institution, it makes all difference in your life. And by this, then we were encouraged to solve the societal problems. We realized most of the people, malnutrition, zinc deficiency, iron deficiency, vitamin D deficiency, it was rampant in Himachal region. And we asked them, why don't they eat? If Poshan Abhiyan, they offer some food. They say, sir, they offer us panjiri. And the panjiri is given to the buffaloes and cows, and humans don't consume it because they don't like it. So we made some nice things like, toffees, energy bars. We changed the format. And as a result, to 5,000 initial experiments we did with lot of success, right? So through science and technology, you can always enrich and benefit the society. Another example, these days even in agriculture, we said that we should build on ancient wisdom, but I always say that, but prove it by science. Unless it is empowered by science, our ancient wisdom can be dangerous. Like in Ayurvedic medicine. So whenever we found something useful, we used to go to medical college, do human trials, and prove it and make the formulation so that it is reproducible. And as a result, you are seeing this slide. This is, when the cartilage destruction takes place in our knees, which is a very common problem. It is very effective. Anybody and everybody who is trying it, they are very happy. Simple formulation, your cartilage destruction stops. It is not a painkiller, but a healer. It's a difference, right? So, whenever ancient wisdom is powered by science, it's always helpful. Another two more slides I think I'll share with you on the scientific front. One, I wanted to share that we should always have a big objectives in our life, particularly our student, that make you feel special. And I'll give you a brief background. What makes you to feel special? Whole world was, or rather even today is trying to convert, since you all are agriculture people, so you understand C3 plant into C4 plant. I need not to explain to you all. And why they want C4 plant? Because carbon and nitrogen, which is emitted during photorespiration, they say that it affects the yield. What we were working at high altitude, and at high altitude, partial pressure of gases is very low. When human goes, their cheeks become very red because they develop hemoglobin. It's not that they become healthy, but actually to cope up with low partial pressure of oxygen, they develop hemoglobin, so their cheeks become red. Then we ask why and how plant adapts at low partial pressure of CO2. And we found very interesting mechanism that whatever carbon dioxide and nitrogen which is emitted during photorespiration, it can be refixed. So that was a new mechanism altogether. It took us around 6 to 7 years before we could publish it. Right? It took us another 5 years before we could prove it in plant that our hypothesis is correct. And once we published that, then suddenly international audience, they picked up our paper and they said that this is something very remarkable. For the first time somebody has shown like this, and it is a very new discovery. And now, after that, it took us another 6 years before we could publish it in the crop system, right? So, a very nice system, but it gives you a lot of satisfaction and feel special that in international forum you could do something very, very remarkable. Another thing I always say that patience always pays. And at times, tangible success may come in several years. And I give you one example. We were working on one enzyme, and our normal feeling was if you heat the enzyme, it gets denatured. But we got an enzyme which was heat stable. So we further engineered it. We wanted to improve some more traits, so we did protein engineering. And we developed proper system. We showed it in 3,000 liter bioreactor so that it is viable at the industrial level. And if you go to this company today, Phytobiotech, you see their site. They say that the only company globally offering 100% purified this enzyme with wide stability range. That's what they have written. Is it not a matter of satisfaction for a scientist that a company says something like that? And this is more valuable than anything. It's like IRI feeding 80,000 crore people. For a small scientist, this becomes a very big satisfaction. And I think students should take a lot of pride and satisfaction in that. Sir, once you do some things, I wanted to convey one or two things as well. Never ever feel that you have achieved something great in your life and it's you who is greater than everybody else on this earth. Never ever have that feel. And I always like the example of Kalidas, You all must be aware of Kalidas. He wrote this Abhigan, Shakuntalam and so many other nice treatises. And once he wrote all that, he became very famous. And once he was very famous, then he said that, he was full of pride and one could see. And when he was passing by, he went to a village, he wanted to drink some water. So he knocked the door, some old lady came and he said, I want to have some water. She said, okay, but first you introduce yourself before I offer you water. She said, now he thought, everybody knows that I am Kalidas. This lady does not know. This is something very bad. Then she said, no, I am somebody, I am a traveler, something, you give me water. She said, no, you have to tell your name, who are you? He was again annoyed. Then he said, okay, I am traveler, you give me the water. He said, no, you are not traveler. There are only two travelers on this earth. One is sun and another is moon. You are none of them. So you are wrong. Tell me the truth, who you are. Now that Kalidas was surprised, he said, what she is asking? She said, then you consider me as your guest? I am the guest. He said, no, you are not also the guest. There are only two guests in this world. One is youth and one is money. You are none of them. Who you are? You tell me that. Now he was really very much scared. He said, who is this lady? Then she said, you see, I am such a tolerant person, still tolerating you. He said, no, you are not tolerant. There are only two tolerants in this earth. One is earth and second are trees. You keep on digging earth, you keep on harvesting fruits. These are the only two tolerant things. You are not none of them. You tell me who you are. Now he was really furious. He says, then I am a very stubborn fellow. He said, no, you are not stubborn also. There are only two stubborns on this earth. One is hair and second is nail. You are none of them. You tell me who you are. He said, then you consider me, madam, I am a foolish fellow. He said, no, you are not even foolish. There are only two foolish people. One is that king who has no authority, still he rules. And secondly, those associates who feeds that foolish king. Now he touched the feet of that lady. He said, madam, you tell me who you are. Then he realized that she was goddess Saraswati, and she told that, you see, initially I blessed you that you become a big poet. You became a big poet, and now suddenly you started behaving as if you became very big of your own. So always remain grounded. So I would say, sir, let IRI be at the top of the world. but we should be as humble as possible. If we are that, we will always be top and top. You will never look that IIT is better, and I always feel nothing to beat IRI. Let me tell you, nothing to beat agriculture sector. I have been conducting so many interviews. I don't want to name them, the stream from where I am conducting the interviews, but I can tell you for those positions, I don't get any agriculture people. Agriculture people always go to the best. Where I am interviewing, that, there what you wanted, that limit, we are getting people from that stream. So I feel nothing to match and beat agriculture sector. Sir, I was in CSIR. In CSIR, there is a separate theme, after my going, agri-nutri-biotech theme. Because CSIR also realized that without agriculture, nothing is possible. Therefore, I always consider and take agriculture at the highest side. 1 or 2 slides, and then I finish it off. One thing, because youngsters are also sitting in this hall, I would always urge to all of them that always document your breakthroughs without delays. You are seeing the current fight between Jennifer and Feng Zheng. You all are aware, this CRISPR-Cas fight which is going on, that who is the first owner of this IP. Only thing which will save them, that who documented on right time. So anything and everything, youngsters, you do it, please report on time. But at the same time, it tells us that lab discovery, it can go to entrepreneurship ecosystem, nothing to beat them. And for that, I think we need to work and help. And one example I'll tell, sir. When we started this startup ecosystem, we made only 2 changes, and that attracted a lot of startups. One thing, we said that when we can fund our people who are coming here for doing PhD, why can't we fund the people who are coming with ideas and want to develop some product, make their own startup? So we started funding them, but it was a conditional funding, that if your product is developed, don't launch in the market, then you have to return us all the money. That was the only requirement. And just because of this, we got around 56 startups within a span of 3-4 years. And second thing we did, that we signed MOU with bank, that when they offer them the loan, don't ask for any collateral. These are the only 2 things. And we said that if it has our certification that they have taken technology from IHBT, don't take any collateral. These 2 changes helped us to develop a lot of startup, and it gave them a lot of confidence. And I will not detail all the startups, but these are the areas, and we believe that. And as a scientist, if we can prosper everyone, everywhere, I think nothing to beat that. And startup culture which this present government has started, we should support, therefore. It gives a lot of confidence in our youngsters, I feel. And just almost last slide, that we developed around so many entrepreneurs, so many technologies we developed, taken by all entrepreneurs, and all of them are doing so well. And in the last, I must say that passion is very important, purpose is important, faith is important, and inspiration is important. And I will give you, sir, only one example for that. Sir, I went to do the darshan of Mata Vaishno Devi. 13-kilometer walk. Nobody in that 30-kilometer was complaining. Nobody said, I don't have TADA. Nobody said, Nobody said they did not give me vehicle. Nobody complained it is raining. No complaint. When we went for the darshan, Pujari came for 2 seconds. Jao, aage chalo, bas ho gaye darshan. And we all were happy. But same people, all those people, when they come back to the job, we suddenly change. I think that change, I think we need. And if we remember that our job is like the darshan of Vaishno Mata, I think no complaints would be there. and this world will be a better place, and IRI will be higher, higher and higher. I congratulate you all for celebrating this day. So grateful to sir that, I had an opportunity to get my introduction from him, and wishing you all the best. Keep on shining as ever as you have been. IRI is the great, and it will remain that way. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for a wonderful lecture and also inspiring all of us with your success stories. Now I request Professor Ramesh Chand sir to give his remarks.
So this time I start with proper salutation. Director and Vice Chancellor of IRI, Dr. Srinivas Rao ji. Great speaker of the day, Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji, Chairman ASRB. Dean PG School IRI, Dr. Anupama Singh ji. Dr. Dikshit, Dr. Padaria ji, Director Search, Dr. Vishwanath ji, Dr. Brahmanand ji, heads of department, worthy teachers and scientists of IRI, IRI alumni, students and staff. First of all, I congratulate each one of you on the Teachers' Day. It's a matter of great joy for me that I am part of Teachers' Day at an institute whose teacher shaped my career and also shaped my life very positively. I also feel proud to know about the ranking of IRI. I feel that all of you deserve kudos for this recognition. Friends, we have heard very inspiring and very scintillating speech by Dr. Sanjay Kumar ji. It was full of very, very interesting anecdotes. So the more I start thinking about each and every word he utters, the more mesmerized I feel. You see how nicely he related his research paper, which are in the ordinary course that you publish a research paper, but with a life story. I think this storytelling is very, very important. Sometimes I wonder what is in that great book by Steve Jobs, which has impressed our young people so much, which made millions of our children not to listen to their parents, rather become manmana and move to USA or wherever. You see the messages in the kind of thing which Dr. Sanjay Kumar has said. I will say that the messages which I get from his life story, and I heard him first time. I never spoke to him for more than 2 minutes before today. That too, sometimes some event in National Agriculture Science Complex. So exchanging pleasantries and all those, and not talked beyond that. But really I am so impressed that I have no hesitation to say that if he just put this, what he shared with us, by elaborating a little bit in some booklet form, it will make a bigger book than the book by Steve Jobs, which I feel it has some positive side that you listen to your mind, you live your life, not life of your father. So don't listen to your father, he is not accountable for what you will face, only you will face. Totally against Western values. This is not Western value, this may be Eastern value, that you live only for yourself. So I find that such strong messages were coming from this story, and I was feeling like I continue to see these movies for as long as possible. So thank you very much, Sanjay Kumar ji. Very, very befitting kind of lecture. And I find it more befitting because it was this kind of thing for which Dr. Sarpalli Radhakrishnan was known. you look at the books he wrote and his work as a professor in Oxford, etc., in whole life, he just propagated or promoted Eastern philosophy to the Western audience. He also wrote for Indian audience, but he is known, his recognition came that he was able to convince the Western people about the merit of Indian religion, Advaita, Vedanta, and our Upanishad and all those kind of things. Because we were a colony, if you are colony of someone, the master, colonial master, never respect you, never respect your culture, never believe in your culture. So we were looked down upon by those peoples. But he restored that values. So that was, I think, a real kind of things. And I will also suggest to students that you read some of his work. Like I read one book by him. It was something like Religion, Culture and Science. Since you are working in science, it is worth reading. So I just find that the tragedy of our country has been कि घर में हीरे छुपे हुए थे लेकिन हम बाहर के पॉलिश किए हुए पत्थरों की ओर ध्यान देते रहे. So you might have seen from the depth of knowledge the way Dr. Sanjay Kumar related story of Kalidas and his own work. I really feel that our students should value this kind of knowledge, not just dismiss it that this will not contain much, it is the Western knowledge which will happen. Rather, the reverse flow is happening. If you talk to really people who are seeking deep meaning from life in Western society, they are turning to Eastern philosophy, Buddha philosophy, Upanishad and those kind of things. So I have so many other things, but also I am under compulsion because I have to rush to some other place. I would say that this kind of things happen only in IRI, that you have your own alumni who became so distinguished without seeking any recognition for his ideas beyond his proper fields. So I would say that greatness, that whatever you are possessing in terms of knowledge, etc., but always be humble. And I have seen when I joined IRI, so many stories I can share about great teachers, their humbleness, their politeness, their patience. I tell you one certain incident when I joined here PhD in 1980. I was new. The warden came to that side. There was one student, I will not tell his state or his name. He was drunk. He has taken liquor. So warden just politely mentioned, like nice warden of IRI, what's going on? That fellow might have interpreted it negatively, that what's going on mean he's questioning me why I drink. He slapped warden. If it was ordinary warden, he would have rusticated him next day. He would have spoken to director and rusticated him. But that warden next day send a piece for the notice board, when a man become animal. So he wrote under that the message that how this alcohol can make a man animal, and he did not recommend any action against that student. You see the long-term implication of that. Incidentally, that student, much before his retirement, committed suicide, and the warden lived a happy life. So you now think about the quality of the warden, that you have that patience to just ignore foolishness under the influence of liquor, just done by that maybe it was not in his mind what he did it. So that is one quality of teacher of IRI. I share with you another quality. This was shared with me. There was one student here in genetics division, Dr. Arjinder. He is secretary in Bihar now, IAS. So he used to interact with me for some purpose, government purpose. I used to visit Rome, and he was in FAO. He was in Italy, our agriculture minister. So he was having a bit difficulty in speaking. So when he came for interview in IRI, he said they asked me some question, but because of that handicap, he was just not able to speak. He said, Professor Chopra was there in the interview committee. He brought a piece of paper and pen. He said, no problem, you write your answer on this piece of paper. So rather than discarding the student that, look, he can't even give the answer, they helped him that, okay, this is your handicap, we understand it. Like this, we had alumni association there. Maybe some of you know Dr. J.S. Samra. He was here DDG, before that he was director of that Dehradun Institute. He narrated this story in alumni association that when he came for interview was over, Dr. Swaminathan was chairman of the committee. He said, I never knew that in IRI teachers can be so polite. This he realized long after that. He said after the interview, Swaminathan said, okay, do you want to ask us any question? That is in a polite way that you don't feel that this is a bossy committee imposing their superiority. So they just gave opportunity to student also that you are also like us. If you want to ask us something about IRI, you can ask. You want to ask anything. He said, I in a rough tone just said, no, I don't have to ask, but do you want to ask me anything else? He said, I was surprised that rather than situation becoming embarrassing, Dr. Swaminathan just said, look how knowledgeable he is. And interview was over and he was selected. You see, these are great qualities of teachers, and I would just say that other than curriculum, these qualities are also very, very important. In our culture, teacher is equated with God. This is what we were told, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwaram. So, and also Guru Brahma dono dau khade kake lagu pae. So placing Guru above God. This is a very tall order in today's world, but still I feel that we should try to have some good quality which are worthy of a good teacher, not only good teaching, even in our conduct otherwise. Because students observe teachers much more deeply than teachers think they are observed. So, what you do, they get lot of inspiration from all those kind of things. So I just thought that on this occasion, maybe some of you already know that Abraham Lincoln's son was in a school. So just he once sent one letter to the teacher of his son. From that I would read some lines which I feel contain very important message for teacher, and today is the day when we should reflect on those kind of things. It will take time, I know, but teach him if you can that $1 earned is of far more value than 5 found. Not pound, 5 found. Teach him to learn to lose and also to enjoy winning. Steer him away from envy if you can. Teach him if you can the wonders of book, but also give him quiet time to ponder the eternal mystery of words in the sky, weeds in the sun, and the flowers on green hillsides. In school, teach him it is far more honorable to fail than to cheat. Teach him to have faith in his own ideals, even if everyone else tells him he is wrong. Teach him to be gentle with gentle people and tough with the tough. Teach him, if you can, how to laugh when he is sad. Teach him there is no shame in tears. Teach him to scoff at cynics and to beware of too much sweetness. Teach him to sell his brawn and brain to the highest bidder, but never to put a price tag on his heart and soul. Teach him to close his ears to a howling mob and to stand and fight if we think he is right. Treat him gently, but do not cuddle him, because only then the test of fire, because it is only the test of fire which makes fine steel. Teach him always to have sublime faith in himself, because then he will always have sublime faith in mankind and in God. This is a big order, but see what you can do. He is such a fine little fellow, my son. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening remarks. Now I humbly request our director, Dr. C.H. Srinivasa Rao, sir, to felicitate the chairperson and guest of honor, Professor Ramesh Chand, sir, with a memento and shawl. Now I request Dr. Anupama Singh ma'am, our dean, to felicitate the speaker and guest of honor, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, sir. Okay. With the memento and shawl. As we are nearing the end of the event, I humbly request Dr. Dikshit sir, Professor Genetics Division and President Genetics Club, to conclude the event by vote of thanks.
Esteemed Chairman of today's program, Professor Ramesh Chand, Member Niti Aayog, Distinguished Speaker of today's Teachers' Day celebration, Dr. Sanjay Kumar, Chairman SRB, Dr. C.H. Srinivas Rao, Director IRI, Dr. Anupama Singh, Dean and Joint Director Education, Joint Director Research, Joint Director Extension, other distinguished dignitaries, heads of different divisions, professors, faculty members and students, a very good afternoon. It's my proud privilege to propose vote of thanks. On behalf of organizers, I convey our utmost sincere thanks to Professor Ramesh Chand sir, Chairman of today's Teachers' Day celebration function, for gracing the occasion and chairing the lecture. I express our deep and sincere thanks and gratitude to the speaker, Dr. Sanjay Kumar sir, an institute leader, administrator and eminent academician of repute, for his gracious presence and impactful Teachers' Day lecture. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, sir. I do not have words to express my gratitude for our beloved director, Dr. C.H. Srinivas Rao sir, for guiding, leading, motivating us to strive for excellence. Sincere thanks to our most dynamic dean, Dr. Anupama Singh madam, for leading and supporting the organizing team. A wide round of applause and thanks to all the participants. In the end, it's my honor and privilege to thank all members of organizing team and all others who helped in organization of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we shall conclude the event with national anthem. I request everyone to stand up.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
On behalf of Graduate School IRI and Genetics Club, I thank everyone on and off the dais to take your time out to make this event a success. Finally, I invite all of you to enjoy a cup of tea and snacks outside.